Hello there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well and you're having a good festive holidays. Well, after the game against Villa, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I've been very, very deflated. This is not stemming from, and this is not anger. It's not. I'm just confused. Okay, it was the fact that I just have to ask this question because at one time, not too long ago, Stamford Bridge used to be a fortress, but these days it's now become a playground. I don't even know what home advantage means anymore. I'm not angry today. I'm not angry anymore. Actually, I think that's the worst part. Okay, I'm just flat. Chelsea at home used to mean something. Teams came to Stamford Bridge already half beaten already. The crowd was up for it. Players fed off the energy coming from the crowd, and even the referees felt it. But today, it feels like just another pitch, another playground, and players don't even fear it anymore. Opponents do not respect what Stamford Bridge is. Stamford Bridge that used to be a place where most opponents do not even like going to, and Chelsea themselves don't even seem empowered by it anymore. So as we look ahead of the game between Chelsea versus Bournemouth at the Bridge, I'm asking myself a question I never thought I would ask in December, and that question is simply this: here, is the season already done? I don't mean mathematically, I mean emotionally, because the owners came in, sporting directors multiplied, managers got sacked and hired, players churned, and somewhere along the way, Stamford Bridge stopped being a fortress and became a neutral ground. No spine, no intimidation, no edge. And when Bournemouth come to the bridge now, they don't think like let's try and survive. What they think now, or what most teams think whenever they come to the bridge now, is that they can play, and that tells you everything that you need to know. Okay, and it's not just the players' fault. It is structural. It is cultural. It's something that is it's something that it's the energy that we give to opponents whenever they come to the bridge. I already said that before now. I mean, not too long ago, not up to a decade ago, where we had players like Lampard, Balak, Anelka, Drogba. You have Terry. You have the likes of Ashley Cole and all that. Maluda. Even on the bench, you see players like Mikel coming off the bench to kill off games, to close the or end the game. When players like that come up, you know that the game is already done. What we have now, the energy is that when opponent comes to the bridge, they feel like they can actually walk away with a point. Back then, if teams get a point, as little as a point or as much as a point, it's worth celebrating. That's how tough and strong Stamford Bridge used to be. But now, not anymore. There's no more fear factor, nothing. Okay, and that is stemming from the top to the bottom. That is something that is obvious. Okay, and here comes the uncomfortable truth. Chelsea are not bad enough to collapse, but they are not stable enough to believe that they can be consistent in winning. They are not. The level of inconsistency coming from Chelsea is shocking. Off the back end of last season, when Maresca uh, went unbeaten for about 9 games, These are games where we thought that Chelsea would not even win, even against the dreaded defensive Nottingham Forest, where Levi Colwill scored the winning goal, the one and only goal. That was the last match for the season. Okay, and we thought that the owners would build from that, and instead of building, they've ended up rather selling out players that would be good to build with, and made the team even younger than it was. Last season, Chelsea was the youngest side in the league, and they've actually made it even more young. They've actually made it even younger than it was last season. And this is not saying that the players that they've brought on are bad. It's a fact. It's a problem where the players come on to a new side and there's nobody they can learn from on the pitch. There is no experience that they can feed off from. There's no one that can give them direction when the tough gets going. There's no one with enough experience to help ride out the storm. And so they come to a place where they are faced with tough situations and they're stuck. Where we have two attacking left wingers and both of them are completely not up to standard. And this doesn't mean that they couldn't become impact substitution and on the long run become the superstars that their potentials that the potentials that they've shown tells that they could be in the future. But because there's no one who can show them the way, that can lead them or help them grow on the pitch, we find ourselves in the same place over and over. And that's just the story of Stamford, but that's the story of Chelsea right now. We are When we collapse bad. And we cannot be consistent for as long as this team is like this, where we lack experience, where we lack leaders, where we lack spine. This is what will continue to happen. This is what we fans will have to go through every time we watch Chelsea play, or most times that we watch Chelsea play. And this is the worst place to be. We are floating, we are drifting and reacting week to week. No momentum, no intimidation coming from Chelsea as a whole. The bench is so weak that you cannot even respect the bench. And this doesn't say that, like I said, this doesn't mean that the bench is bad. It's just that the bench it's not effective. And I'm not saying that, this is also not saying that Maresca should be sacked, because I, for one, do not believe that Maresca needs to be sacked. There are two things that I'm looking at here. The owners, Bedagbet Bali and Todd Bowley, should just come out and sell Chelsea to someone who's got better vision for the club, or they end up getting a better sporting directors and sack the clowns that we have as sporting directors, the Lawrence Stewart and the other one. Because as long as we keep having these sporting directors dictating the direction that the club, the team structure should go, this is what we'll continue dealing with. This doesn't mean that I want Chelsea to stop getting young players. But when you have young players and you do not have someone who could lead them out on a weekly basis, we are talking about Levi Colwill being a very good defender. And how did Levi Colwill improve? That's because he learned from Thiago Silva. when Thiago Silva left, we could rely on Levi Cole. Levi Cole is out injured, and we don't have anyone to call us pine at the back. Experience matters in a team. For as long as we don't have that, we will continue to be in this position. There's no sense that we are building towards something concrete right now. So when I ask, is the season done? What I really mean is that are we just ticking fixtures off? Are we playing for development instead of achieving? Or are we open instead of expecting? Because in the Premier League, hope is not a plan. How do we end up building for the future and neglect the now? There won't be anything to stand on. Even Thomas Tuchel said the same thing. You cannot be building for the future and forget about the now. You can be if you do that, there won't be anything to work on. There won't be anything the future is going to build on. We should give the future a base on which it can stand. I'm not asking for magic. I'm not even asking for dominance. I'm asking for clarity. I'm asking that the team, the owners, the higher ups, the sporting directors should do right by the club and do right by the manager and get him the right tools to work with. He has shown that he can do a great job if he's given the right tools. He's overachieving, or he has overachieved with this crop of players. I'm not saying that Cole Palmer is bad. I'm not saying Levi Cole is bad. I'm not saying Joab. These are good players, but they need someone to take the burden off them so that they can go on to be the best version of themselves. I want to see players knowing their role, simple footballs, and this is on Maresca, because even when the players are flying and all that, it tends to overcomplicate things. So we want to see clarity. We want to see players as well knowing their role and having their roles as simple or as simplified as it can possibly be. Urgency without panic and control without putting ourselves in throwing ourselves into chaos. I want to see a Chelsea team that looks like it understands what it means to play for Chelsea, what it means to play for the badge. It doesn't look like we have a home anymore. It doesn't look like we have on home ground. It just looks like Stamford Bridge looks like a neutral ground where both teams are are having it out against each other. And this is our house. Even if the walls feels hollow, no overthinking, no positional experience or experiments rather, no chaos for chaos sake. Just pure simple football. Teams that are doing very well are doing well because they're doing the basics better. Can we at least start doing the basics better? Because it's so hurtful seeing Chelsea this way. This is not the club that I fell in love with. It's hurtful, like feels like there is no more soul in this Chelsea. The soul has been taken out of it. We're only just seeing the Chelsea badge. And it's been reported that Chelsea are not looking to do any business in January. I hope that we will be in the Champions League conversation come the summer, because the way we're going, I fear that we might not even qualify for Champions League. There is no money from anywhere, And even the club is not even so bothered about the front of shirt sponsorship. The deal coming from the front of otherwise they would have done something by now. And as it stands, with the way Chelsea with the recent performance from the team, potential or suitors would review what they've actually offered, because if Chelsea fail to qualify for Champions League, then there's a problem. So all this, and this is on the sporting directors and Bedak Bali trying to micromanage the coach and teach him what, tell the coach what to do. If you were a good coach, or if you're a coach, how about you let Maresca go and then you take up the role as a coach and see if it's if it's that easy to coach teams or players of this age and expect them to work magic and win the league or challenge for the league. It's crazy already. It's crazy. It's anyone who thinks that this team will be able to challenge for the title is lying to himself. And I guess I'll take it one step further by saying that that person is not a fan of the club, but an enemy of the club. I don't even know what to expect from the game against Bournemouth tomorrow. I don't even know if Chelsea will be able to pull that off. Because after that, we have Manchester City in the weekend. With the recent form of Manchester City, we'll be lucky to have a point. And with that, I'll just give you my predicted lineup for the game, and I hope that Chelsea will be able to do something and actually walk away with 3 points. Because first off, we find ourselves in fifth position. Liverpool, as bad as they've been, and find themselves in fourth position. Aston Villa are 10 points ahead of Chelsea. And Manchester United have gained ground on Chelsea. But Chelsea are just ahead of Manchester United on goal difference. And it's just frustrating. Teams behind us have gained so much ground. We cannot afford to sleep any more than we already have. And this is just the first half of the season. Let me know what you guys think with everything I've said in the comment section below. I really want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Maresca should leave? Do you think that the team needs a spine? Do you think we need leaders in the team? I'm deflated. I'm sad. It's very sad to see what Chelsea has become. It's disgraceful that these new owners have come and reduced Chelsea to what it is. Anyway, so this is my lineup with Sanchez in goal, a back four of Reece James, Fofana, Chalobah, and Joel Ato. I hope Ato is going to be fit and ready for the game, because Cucurella seems to have an issue with his hamstring. And then with a double pivot of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, and just ahead of them is Cole Palmer playing in the 10. And if you notice, Cole Palmer was really angry and upset that he was substituted in the 71st minute. And then I understand that Enzo Maresca was trying to protect him, having just returned from injury. At the same time, I hope that Maresca don't make such mistakes again, because you do not take out your best player. We could be having a bad patch or bad run. These are people who, on any given day, they can flip the switch, and that's just it. They can win you the game just from just a movement. You don't take out your best players, and what are you doing, Maresca? And then in the front three of Neto playing from the left. On the right you have Esteval, and up top you have João Pedro. And this lineup for me, I think Reece James needs to play from from his preferred position, which is the right as a right back. No experimenting in defense. I don't know what Enzo Maresca was thinking when he decided to start Badiashile against Aston Villa. The preferred back four would have been Fofana, Reece James, Chalobah, and Marco Corella. Okay, and maybe decide to rest. He can rest Fofana for the game against Bournemouth. That would have been the best thing to do. How do you bring an inconsistent Badiashile to go against a team that has been on a 10 winning streak, 10 games unbeaten, and you bring on Badiashile who is lacking in confidence? I really do not know how Enzo Maresca thinks, but he needs to do better with his game plan. Okay, so Reece James needs to play he needs to be where he belongs. No experimenting in the defense. Caicedo protecting and Enzo creating and connecting, while Palmer should just play. Unlock Palmer, leave Palmer to roam. That's the best way to see Palmer be at his best. And then the front three will be able to give us space and directness out wide, and in hopes that we will be able to come home, or leave the field with all 3 points. And this is what the team desperately needs, not over tinkering. And then you look at the bench. We have if there needs to be changes, you can bring on Santos. I don't know why you didn't use Santos in the last game. Santos matching the energy of the Aston Villa's midfield. You can bring on Gittins, and Delap is starting to piss me off like hell. Is really, really pissing me off because I don't know what he's doing. He comes on the pitch and then he gets himself booked. You've hardly touched the ball, but then you're so quick to get yourself booked. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what Enzo Maresca says to him. I think there's somebody that needs to talk to them, to go on the pitch and do what they've been asked to do on the pitch, not get himself booked very early in the game. Like I said, this is everything that I have, and I don't know what to expect from this game, to be honest. So I'm just gonna say maybe Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 1. Hope that Chelsea do not even consider and walk away with all 3 points. Let me know what you guys think about this lineup. Let me know what you guys think about everything that I've said, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and turn on your notification bell so that you're notified when I give out my video for my match reaction. Okay, is posted. I can't think of anything else. There are a lot of things I want to share with you. Wait, when you look at the bench, man, the bench is screaming development pieces, not game changers, and that it's not their fault. But when game swings, Chelsea don't have players to flip momentums, like only players to continue the momentum, and that's why Leeds feel fragile, and the control evaporates, and sometimes you see that Maresca feels trapped at times. But then again, why will we still show up to watch the game? I'll still watch, man. You'll watch, and that's because that's what being a Chelsea fan means. It's all about. Okay, but make no mistake, this group they've really, really taken Stamford Bridge from a fortress that it used to be to a test of patience. Okay, Tuesday night game is not going to be about Bournemouth. It's about whether Chelsea can still convince us that home advantage or our home ground matters. Because if home doesn't matter anymore, then we're just wondering. Let me know what you guys think about everything I've said. And until my match reaction, it's going to be Chelsea first and rivals next. Peace.